Welcome back, everybody. Check this out. Colorado mule deer breakfast sausage. Incredible. I made it myself. Had an amazing hunt. Went out with the 3 boys. We got 2 does, 2 boys, each got a doe. I got a monster mule deer buck of a lifetime. It was a dream for me. It was incredible. Let me show you how I made the breakfast sausage. Look at how beautiful that looks. Breakfast sausage into my meat lug, Colorado mule deer mountain man breakfast sausage, and take a look at that. If you go way back in my archives, you know that I love the High Mountain stuff. Shout out to everybody at High Mountain. They sent me a new box last year. I've been buying this stuff for 25 years at least, probably well over 20 years, and I love it. I think Mountain Man is probably what I make the most. It's a beautiful breakfast sausage with a really cool name, by the way. If you go to my Blackstone Let's Give It a Try show, you can watch me down in Texas last year. I made chorizo using my own spices, but I like to get stuff like this where everything's in there, seasonings, instructions, easy peasy, ready to go. 9 pounds of lean, trimmed Colorado organic mule deer meat. Sam's Club picked up a bone-in Boston pork butt, bone in, bone out, shoulder, whatever the piece is, it works. Of course, wild game, very lean. There's no fat in there per se. The little bit of fat that's on there, we trim off because it's not desirable to eat. And of course, if you want to make a patty, like for sausage, you want to make a link or a patty, you need to add a little bit of fat. I'll just trim this pork. When you go to butcher shops and you have meat processed, which I encourage you to process your own, they are gonna add all types of fat percentages. Lots of butcher shops will go as much as 50-50. So 50% pork with 50% wild game. But to me, that's just kind of overkill. I get why they're doing it. They want to have it really greasy and they want to be able to make a patty and whatnot, make burgers. But at what point does it quit being wild game? So I usually go 20 or 25% pork to 75% wild game. Just gonna trim this pork up into a size that'll go through my grinder easily. We're gonna make several different types of sausage today, so I'll just trim this whole piece of pork out. We're making breakfast sausage, so pork works really well. I've used pork shoulder, you know, Boston butts before. I've used pork belly. You can decide what you want to use, but the key is you want a little bit of pork. Here's my cubed up pork. Over to the meat grinder. I have a coarse grinding plate. We're gonna go ahead and grind all of this because I'll be making several different types of sausage. After we mix our sausage spices, if we're doing summer sausage, we mix the cure, etc. We'll go ahead and run it through the fine grinder later. Don't think that just because I have a really nice electric grinder, you can't do this. We started using a KitchenAid grinder attachment back in the day. My wife and I, almost 20 years ago, looking back, it was terrible. It took so long, literally 3, 4, 5 times longer than this. It was very hard work. It was barely a step above hand grinding. If you get an electric grinder that has 1 horsepower, 3/4 horsepower, whatever, just makes your job easier. Our ground pork, and here is the ground venison. Using the instructions in the package, this box contains 2 packs of seasoning, enough to do 24 pounds. So we are gonna do half, that's 12 pounds. And I think we're gonna do 25% pork. So that's gonna be 3 pounds of pork to 9 pounds of venison. And this is gonna be plenty of greasy sausage, so you can make patties and enjoy breakfast sausage throughout the coming year. We'll close up the ground pork for now. Check this out. I bought these plastic meat lug liners from one of the brands of meat processing equipment, and they're really expensive. I just found these on Amazon. I think we got a box of I want to say 200 of these, a giant case of 200 of these for like 70 bucks. Insane deal. Back to the grinder, venison going in. Do this with the coarse grinding plate, and then we'll be matched up with our pork. Back in the day, I used to try to grind meat with a hand grinder. I bought a number 32 hand grinder from Cabela's, and that was brutal. It was terrible. I couldn't turn that thing. I couldn't get it clamped down tight enough. So for a couple years, I was actually trimming all the meat and taking it to a local butcher shop and paying them to grind it, and then just give me a box, a bag of meat back that was ground that then I would go and turn into sausage. So if you can get yourself a grinder, just makes life a lot easier. Approximately 9 pounds of ground venison, 3 pounds of ground pork. The High Mountain instructions say to season the cubed meat before you put it through the grinder the first time. I don't think I've ever remembered to do that. I'm always doing it after the fact. It works out fine, but you should definitely do it before you get to that second grind. So here's what we're gonna do. Gonna go ahead and mix this a little bit by hand. I think I mentioned this in the last video or so. They have commercial mixers. I actually have one, but to do a small batch of meat, unless I'm doing like 150 pounds of the same thing, it's just a lot of work to get that mixer out and to clean it afterwards. I have to get the hose out. It's very time consuming. So I'm gonna do a rough mix like this. And all the instructions on all the seasoning packages I've ever bought have said, make sure your meat stays cold, it grinds easier. I'm just gonna eyeball a little bit, gonna sprinkle a little bit across the top like this. We'll go in and immediately, oh, I can smell that, Mountain Man. Gonna mix this a little more, so I'll do a sprinkle, and we'll continue to mix. Sausage making really is easy. I mentioned the chorizo earlier. The main ingredients in chorizo, of course, are pork and the venison, and then I just break it down to what those chorizo flavors are. It's red chili, it's cumin, it's Mexican oregano. I'll add a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, and I'll do it to taste, and you can make your own blends. But when you find something you like this Mountain Man blend, we've been using this for years and years. I don't even try to reinvent the wheel. I'm just gonna use their expertise. You can buy those boxes pretty much anywhere. You can buy sporting goods, hunting and fishing stuff. Places like Cabela's and Shields, Sportsman's Warehouse, they all carry those High Mountain kits. I can smell it. It's very fragrant. We're gonna dump the rest in there. Mix it up, unplug your grinder. You always want to take safety precautions, remove the collar, pop your coarse grinding plate out. If you guys are new and maybe you're not meat processors, this is what it looks like inside. You have an auger, and then you have a blade, a steel blade at the end of the auger. So that goes back inside, and then you can put your fine grinding plate inside. Put the collar back on. Back to the grinder, in with the mixed seasoned sausage. Drop it in, and this is where the magic happens. Look at how beautiful that looks. I mean, it's absolutely spectacular. The instructions say to add about a quarter cup of ice cold water per pound of sausage after you grind it. They feel it just helps the sausage to bind together and for those seasonings to bind. So I think I've done that most times. Sometimes I seem to forget that step. So you can use trial and error, but it works great. And you can see, I mean, that's what you're after. It's gonna make a beautiful patty. We absolutely didn't need to go 50-50 with this. This is 25% pork, and it's gonna work out perfect. Then I can just label my Vac Master chamber sealer bags. Today's date, mule deer, and then what we're calling it, Mountain Man breakfast sausage. I've packaged my ground meat a number of ways over the years, in butcher paper and in little neck sealer bags. This year we're doing everything with the Vac Master. We'll press these down. Same way I did my antelope burger last month. Leave enough room to seal the bag. These are all approximately 1 pound. I think they range from 1 pound to 1.3 pounds. If you watch any of my videos where I process the Pueblo green chilies, kind of the way that we do those, and then we just lay these in the freezer as well, nice and flat. Over to my VacMaster, inside, close it. This is the VP230. And if you go back to my original video where I premiered this earlier this year, you can actually change the oil in these. So maybe we'll do an upcoming video where I can show you changing the oil. And this should be ready in just a second. This is awesome. It creates a chamber, an entire chamber that's void of oxygen. So at the very end, you are left with a package that is completely void of oxygen. We just repeat the process. And the last bag of Mountain Man breakfast sausage into my meat lug. Speaking of meat lugs, I did all of these last night and this morning. This is all roast and steaks, back straps and roast. So into the freezer with all of this stuff. I think we'll come back here tomorrow and we'll cook up some breakfast sausage, show you what it looks like. But if you want to buy a VacMaster like I have here, or any of the meat processing knives that I've been using from VacMaster Fresh, you can use my discount code TODDTOVEN, TODDTOVEN, 15% off anything at VacMaster Fresh. They do run a lot of specials as well, so if there's another special going, most of the time my discount code still works and you can stack them, so pretty darn cool. Out to the griddle. My chamber sealed Colorado Mule Deer Mountain Man breakfast sausage. This is what it's all about. Check that out. Absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna make a delicious breakfast starting with these absolutely spectacular looking breakfast sausage patties. Start out with avocado oil. I always like to start with a layer of oil on my griddle top, keep it slick, and that's also how I'll finish my cooks. That way it helps to maintain that seasoning. Be careful if you're using your bare hands. Mountain Man seasoning in the sausages, so we don't need to season these anymore. They're gonna be plenty flavorful. This right now, everything's coming to fruition. I am pumped up seeing this sausage on the griddle top. Let's check out the bottoms of those sausage patties. Go in for the flip. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this temperature to low. Center burner, I'm gonna turn that off altogether. We're gonna go down to low over here on the left. Getting ready for eggs. Eggs, we just need a little bit of residual heat in that griddle plate. Easy peasy. Sourdough bread. Everyone knows I like sourdough. I don't have my rustic oven sourdough bread on us today, but this will do. Spreadable Irish butter. A lot of times I'll put the bread down like this on the griddle top, but it just can't get the color that I want. So I'll go ahead, we'll pre-butter one side. I guess in the end, this will end up being a double buttered toast. I just like it to look perfect, and that'll make it look golden. If you do the bread in the middle, do your toast in the middle, the cool thing is you don't have to worry about doing toast at the end. A lot of times I've waited till everything's done to make my toast, and then, oh no, the griddle's been turned down too low, I can't make toast, and everything else is getting cold. So just do that toast in the middle, and you kind of let it hang out over in the corner. Let's use that big old 6-ring silicone egg mold. Love this Chosen avocado spray. These are non-stick, but always put a little extra in there as well. Grab some eggs, down into my egg mold. Keep cracking and keep dropping. Get in there and flip that toast. That's what we want. Beautiful, in my opinion, sourdough toast, #1 for breakfast. Let's season up the eggs. Really like this new Johnny's seasoned pepper. Should be perfect on eggs. Let's check out those eggs. I think we can pull that egg mold. Perfect. Toast is looking really good. Let's grab a couple pieces of toast. I think that looks pretty good. In for those eggs, which look really good. Gonna plop those down there in the middle of my plate. Man, these look really good. And the star of the show, take a look at that. That is Colorado mule deer breakfast sausage. And take a look at that. That's what it's all about. You know, I have to get in there and get a piece of that breakfast sausage, show you what it's all about. Check it out. Let's give it a try. Delicious. Good to the last drop. There you go. My freezer is filled with deer breakfast sausage, deer steaks, deer roast, deer burger, etc. If you want to get a VacMaster and seal your meat to perfection and keep it safe in the freezer like I do, VacMasterFresh.com, my discount code TODDTOVEN, TODDTOVEN, 15% off anything at VacMasterFresh.com. I sure appreciate you watching, everybody. Please, if you're watching this far, give me a comment, thumbs up down below. A lot of people have told me they've been missing my wild game cooking videos. This is your chance. Please show me some support down below. Be back with another video as soon as we can, including maybe a deer summer sausage making video. Till next time, this is Todd. Praise the Lord. Pass the sausage.